My name is William Johnson. I'm just a janitor. Well, I'm not just a janitor. That's selling myself short. I'm also a songwriter, a pretty good one, I think, but it's hard to tell because I'm biased. Also, everyone always thinks that the band writes their own songs, so it's not like I get any credit. I can claim ownership afterwards, I guess, and my name's down there in small print at the bottom of the album contributor section, but it's not any degree of famous that would register on some sort of popularity measurement device. I'm just a footnote. I happened across the file marked CL108-A02 while cleaning the offices of Swarthfeld and Locke Realty. It wasn't shoved away in the recess of some filing cabinet, and I didn't pick it up off of a desk or start rifling through someone else's property with no cause to personal privacy. The agency that I worked for had given us all a week-long course in proper office cleaning etiquette, and also, I'm not a moron. I know cameras are everywhere, watching me work constantly. Being that there were contracted out to so many different homes and offices, we just can't go about messing with people's workspaces. Of course, if something's on the floor and open, we're allowed to pick it up and put it back on the desk. We're just janitors, after all. It's part of the job of cleaning up after people who are too lazy to do it themselves. The point is, I was just doing what I had been hired to do, up until the point that I wasn't anymore. The document was mostly redacted, which is why it caught my eye. Also, there was an official-looking seal in the top right corner, a sort of shield surrounded by branches and a sparkling ring. Still bent over, I made a show of scooping the mess of papers into a single pile, carefully leaving the redacted document on top, snooping quietly with my eyes. The name was blacked out, as was the entire address except for the zip code, 20301. The letter was addressed to Department Head, no name given. None of the text in the actual message was visible, save for a best regards above yet another unreadable signature. I closed the file and placed it on the desk nearby. That was around 11 or 11:30 at night, I think. I barely noticed the stamp at the bottom of the folder. Orange on manila is a tough combo to view only by the dim of the security lights. Some sort of large oriental dragon circle with strange lettering surrounding the creature. I only saw it for a brief moment and I went about my nightly routine. They picked me up when I exited the building. I didn't even have time to change out of my jumpsuit. The smell of bleach and orange stinging in my nostrils, and hopefully theirs too, served them right. There was 3 of them, tall, sunglasses and black suits with black ties, and 2 of them grabbed my shoulders and shoved me into a black SUV with tinted windows. I said to him, this really happens?" There was no response. 2 of the men sat in the back on either side of me. They all had very tiny Bluetooth headsets in their ears, and the headsets were connected to their sunglasses by a small, probably fiber optic cable. Keeping my hands on my knees and trying to appear harmless, I asked the one on my left, "Hey, where are we going?" The car started and we took off into the early morning. The sun was only just beginning to rise over the horizon and we were heading toward it, away from the city. We rode for hours in silence, and the man on my right suddenly stabbed a needle into my thigh. And then I fell unconscious. When I was out, I had strange dreams, visions, I guess you could almost call them. I saw the marina where my father used to work when I was a child. I saw big, tall sails flapping in the breeze on a stormy day. I saw rain clouds gathering, something metaphorical in the distance. And something different. Something was in the water, large, conically triangular, and spinning rapidly on its axis. It raised itself out of the water and rocketed off into the sky. And when I came to, I was handcuffed to a metal table in a small, humid room that seemed to be made entirely of cement. Across the table was another pair of sunglasses, and another black suit, and another earpiece. By force of habit, I attempted to pull my hands back. The sound of the chains rattled against the table and echoed off the walls. "Who are you?" I asked the suit angrily. "Where am I?" The man behind the sunglasses did not respond. I jerked on my chains again. "Where am I?" He raised his face and looked at something behind me. I heard a door open then. Very quickly something soft and black was pulled over my face. I smelled something oddly reminiscent of my cleaning chemicals, and within seconds I had fallen unconscious for the second time. I awoke with a newspaper on my face and a pain in my lower back. I was on a bench, unchained, unharmed it seemed. My wrists, I looked down at them and they showed no signs of being in restraints, although I could still feel the bite of cold metal digging into my skin. I could hear people talking in the distance, and I instinctively rolled off the bench into a crouch, scanning for any danger. But it was nothing. simply a few teenagers playing with a frisbee in a nearby patch of grass. I sighed and straightened up, my back aching as I did so. I stretched, yawning, and rubbed my lower back with both hands. That's when I felt it. Something small, T-shaped, and buried underneath my skin. Felt around the object with my fingers, trying to calm myself, trying to control my breathing. It wasn't more than an inch in diameter, and it didn't feel like it was in there very deep. If I had a better angle, maybe a mirror, I could probably get it out with my pocket knife. I winced at the thought, but I did not want anything strange inside me. A group of joggers passed by, and I decided to head home. This is the end of part 1.